Welcome guys, in this Python lesson we will learn and talk about Python set methods. In other words, we will learn the methods used with Python sets. So, what will we learn in this lesson? In this lesson we will learn pop, add, remove, discard methods, union and difference, issubset, clear, copy, isdisjoint and issuperset methods used with Python sets. So, let's do not waste our time and start our examples. Here, firstly, I will use add methods for you, and for this, I will create a Python set. I'll create a dwarf set here, and our items will be Thorin, Balin, and Duvalin. This is our set. So let's add a new dwarf to this set. I will add Gimli to this dwarf set. So to do this, I'll use dwarf.add and Gimli. So then I'll print dwarves. Yes, as you can see, Gimli has added to our set. So let's do this with network devices. To do this, I'll create a routers set, and the first router will Cisco 800, and the second one is Cisco ISR 4000, and other is Cisco ASR 900. And let's add a new router to this list. So I will write routers.add and the name of the new router, and this is Cisco 1000. So let's write this here and add the higher capacity router after it. So I'll print routers, and yes, as you can see here, our routers are added. Our new router has added to the set. The router set. So let's use clear method to remove all the items in this set, in this router set. So I will use routers clear, and then I'll print routers. And as you can see here, our set is empty. We didn't delete the set, it is defined now, but it is empty because we have removed all the items in this set with clear method, with Python set clear method. So let's use another method and learn how to remove a specific item in a set. So to do this, I'll use this one again. We don't need to write, but I'll write to show you again. And yes, let's remove Balin from this Python set. So to do this, I'll write rows.remove Balin, and then I'll print dwarves. Yes, as you can see here, in the new set there is no Balin because we removed Balin with this command, with this method, remove method. So we can also use discard method for this. So let's get this command, this all code. Let's use discard, and the output will same with remove method. Remove method and discard method are same. So let's use another method that remove an item from a set, and I will use again this one. And this time I will use pop, but I will not give any item here. So when we run this code, it will remove one of these items randomly. So this time it removes the value. So our set is consist of boolean and Turing. So let's do these two examples, this discard and pop examples, with our routers. So here I'll use routers.discard, and I will remove Cisco ISR 40, and then I'll print routers, and here the output will give us Cisco ASR 1700. So this is removed from our set. And let's do this with pop. So I will not give any parameter here, and I will use pop. Then yes, here it removes one of the items in our router set, and it removes this one this time. So these are important methods that removes any item in a set, and after that let's go to other methods and see some operations with Python sets. Here I'll firstly start to show you union method. So I'll create numbers list. Here I'll create 1, 2, 3, and this is numbers 1, and then I'll create another number list here, and 2, 3, 7, 10, and 50. And let's use union methods and combine these two sets. So to do this, I'll use numbers 1 dot union numbers 2, and then print numbers 1. Oh, sorry, I will use this one here. Yes, as you can see here, when we use this command with print, it prints all the items of these sets. It combined these sets together, but it did not use the repeated items 2 times. It writes only 1 time here. Yes, we can also use another method here. Oh, we don't need to this line. This is also true, and here we can do the same thing with operators, some operators. So we can do this with numbers 1 and vertical line and numbers 2. Yes. As you can see, the output of this code is also same. So let's do another Python set method, and this is Python intersection method. And this method finds the different items in sets, and it also finds the similar common items, and it returns with the common items in these 2 sets. So here, to show you the whole command, I will get all them again, and I will print numbers 1 intersection and numbers 2. There is a wrong thing here. Yes. And yes, as you can see, 2 and 3 are common in both of these sets, so it returns with 2 and 3. And this is Python intersection method, and we can also do this with an operator. This operator is ampersand, so the output will be same. This is the same thing. Yes, after this intersection methods, I will show you the difference methods. So let's use this one again. As I mentioned before, we don't need to write all time this wall. We don't need to define this again, but I will define this to show you the wall command, wall code, and so here I will write it. Yes, after that, now I am showing you the difference command. So here I'll write numbers 2 dot difference and numbers 1. And here, as you can see, the difference methods compares two sets and it removes the items that resides in set 1 from set 2. So it returns with the other items that reside in set 2. We can also do the reverse of this, and to do this I will use 1 and 2, and this time it will return with 1 because it will discard the items that resides in numbers 2 from numbers 1, and if we discard these items, the only remaining item in number 1 set will be 1. So this is difference method. And there is also another method that we use with Python sets, and this is symmetric difference. So with symmetric difference, again we compare the sets and it returns with the uncommon items. So let's use the same, or let's use this time another numbers to show you. And this is, I'll define like this: numbers 1, sorry, I was creating tuple. Yes, numbers 2, let's write this one, numbers 1, that's symmetric difference numbers 2. So here I will use this inside print function, and here, as you can see, it returns a little wrong because we defined a different set here and it gets the old defined set. So I will define it again, and yes, as you can see, it checks and compare the sets, and there is a common number here and others, and there's also a common number here and the others are not common. So it writes 22, 12, 56 and 92, and this is also true for the reverse one. is also same because it returns with the uncommon sets. So here let's do this with another methods, and this time I will use this sign, numbers 2, and the result is same. This is a sign of symmetric distance. So let's use another method that we use with sets, Python sets, and this is copy method. And to do this I'll use my routers again to show you, and yes, copy. When I run this code, it will, oh yes, no, I will take, I'll assign this to x, and I'll print x. The result will be the same, but now we copy our set with copy method through x, and then we print x, and the result is this. And now I'll show you 3 more different methods that we use with Python sets, and one of them is isdisjoint, and the other is issubset, and the last one is issuperset. So let's start with isdisjoint, and here I'll use these numbers again. And here I'll print numbers 1, isdisjoint, and numbers 2. So it will compare 2 sets, and if there are common numbers it will return false. Here we have common numbers between these sets, so it will return false. Oh, numbers 2. There is something wrong. Oh, sorry, disjoint. Oh, okay, yes, I wrote differently and wrongly, sorry. And this is disjoint method. So there are some common items here, so it returns false. And let's change numbers 1 like 3, 4, 5. And this time there will be no common items, so it will return true, as you can see here. The other method that we use with Python sets is issuperset, and with issuperset we compare the 2 sets, and if the first sets all items are in the second set, then we get a return as true, and if not, then it will get a false response. So to do this, let me create new number set, and I will 12, 56, and 80. This is numbers 1 and numbers 2. And yes, this is our second set, and let's get the return of this Python code. So I will use numbers 1 that is subset, and then numbers 2. And here, as you can see, we get a true return because all the items here in numbers 1 set is also in numbers 2, 12, 56 and 80. And this is like this. Now let's do the last Python set methods. Now let's do an example with the last Python set method, and this is Superset method. So here I will write another number set. So I will use 10, 1, 20, 2 and 3 and numbers 2. I write 1, 2 and 3. And I will use print method here again in function. Numbers 1 that is superset. Numbers 2. And as you can see, it is true because it checks the second set items, and it finds all these items inside the first Python sets. So this is the usage of this superset method. So let's change the items, or let's add an item here, and then let's check the results. And this time not all the items are inside this set, so it returns as false because there is no 4 here, as you can see here. Yes, in this Python lesson we have tried to learn the important methods used with Python sets. So if you like this video, kindly like, do not forget liking it, and kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel.